I have to find a proverb. I have to find something. Hold on one second. All right. Because I feel like I need to share something. I need to share a verse or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling it. So I'm going to. You know, the book of Proverbs is the book of wisdom. So I gotta find something in there. Bless you, God. Here it is, right there. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, right there. And this is not what I'm talking about, but I am going to share this verse. I'm back one here because I said I was going to do part dos. Connected to what I spoke about earlier today. As far as the fitness and the faith and all of that tied into speaking and all of that. But anyhow, I'm going to read this verse and then we're going to go off into that, okay? So this is Proverbs 10:11. It says, the words of the godly are a life-giving fountain. The words of the godly are a life-giving fountain. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. And another way that can be spoken is, it may not necessarily be violent intentions, but the words of wicked can, just be intentions that are hurtful, deceptive, deceptive ulterior motives that's usually coming from wicked people. And it's godly people that give life. We give life. We give life, baby. But in talking about part 2, before I get off into that, also met an awesome young man today. Awesome young man who I thought was about 14 or 15 years old, honestly. He has very much a baby face and is extremely talented. And I can tell that he is also one who he's probably been looked over. He's probably viewed as an underdog. He's, I believe, in my eyes, one of those who others have purposely and intentionally made to feel that he is not, quote unquote, the status quo of what, a certain individual of his age and whatever is to be, and he's just not representing that, and they don't understand or know the gift that's inside of him, or I want to say the gifts that are inside of him. But I tell you what is about to happen, because the underdog is the one that I like to bring. Come on, bring him out. So there's about to be some beautiful explosions for a greater purpose, and I'm so excited. So destined for purpose. Yeah, I focus on a lot with the young ladies, but one thing that I have learned and one thing that I have noticed is that God has graced me to deal with young men and some older men too. And wherever there is grace to do something greater, to do something for the greater good, that's always a beautiful thing. So there can be a focal point, but there can also be a point of grace that he allows us to operate in. So, I'm gonna listen, but I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move as I'm led. And this young man is, today, he completely shifted my spirit just by having a conversation with him. He didn't even know what he was doing. Just him sharing with me a part of him and why he does what he does. And it just, I had chills. I got chills off in there, and it was just amazing. But anyhow, I'm gonna go off into number 2, part 2. That is, bless God, I done talked almost 5 minutes already. Y'all know how I get. Got my Thai tea. This stuff is good. It's really good. Tin Drum. If y'all are in the, I don't know, they got them all over, but I love them. Tin Drum. They got some bomb cauliflower too. It's called firecracker cauliflower. That stuff's so good it tastes like chicken. Anyway, Thai tea. It's good. Who'd have thought putting tea and milk together? I don't know, but it's good. Blessed God. But as I spoke on earlier today, as a speaker, I focus on adolescent girls and women. So in a nutshell, I help adolescent girls and young women transform inside out, from the inside out, using the tools of faith and fitness to help rebuild their confidence. Because sometimes we go through things that literally knocks our confidence all the way down, or it shakes it up, and it makes us question ourselves and try to change ourselves. I had looked at one of the doctors on YouTube, and he was talking about how many girls who are under the age of 18 that come into his office, for consultations for work, to get work done on their face, and they come in with their mothers. Under 18, you're not finished changing. And it's not just their face, but their body too. That's too much. Blessed God. But anyhow, I'm probably gonna have to do part 3, because blessed Jesus. But in that, I said one of the tools of fitness is my quadrants of fitness, something that I call the quadrants of fitness, which is the emotional, mental, physical, and the spiritual components of fitness. Yeah. And so the emotional is where I have questions on all areas. But the emotional is like, how are you training yourself to respond to others? How are you training yourself to respond to others? Not react. Because when we react to anybody, it's usually impulsive. It's an impulsive reaction. It usually gets us in trouble, or we say or do something that we regret. So how are you training yourself to respond to people? Yeah. Have you learned the pause for the cause? Sometimes it's 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4. Sometimes it's a few minutes. Sometimes it might be a couple of hours. Sometimes it might need to be a few days, but either or, you're learning yourself. Every day is a lesson. Every day is a journey that we're taking. So whatever it is, just pay attention to not only your mishaps, where you kind of miss the ball according to yourself, but pay attention to your wins. Pay attention to the things that you are improving on too, and make a note of that. Because when you make a note of your wins, it keeps you focused on the positive aspects of you. And in these days, we have to stay in one way or another focus on the positive aspects of the things that we do, because it's so hard to beat ourselves up about the things that we haven't done, the things we haven't accomplished, and the things that we want to do better. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve, but you also have to pay attention to your wins, the things that you are doing well, the things that you are improving on, and even the things that you are taking accountability for. That's a step all in its own. That's a big win. Because, sometimes we just want to be stubborn and always like, I'm not wrong about that. I'm not. It's just not, no, I'm not wrong. I'm not. And sometimes we're very wrong. And sometimes we just need to be able to see someone else's perspective on things. We may not necessarily be wrong, but we just need to learn how to see somebody else's perspective. You get me? Bless God. And also, how are you training yourself to respond to outside stimuli? Yeah, it might not be a person. It might be a thing.